Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and this is a Mephisto CTP showcase. And I'm very excited to bring this to you because Mephisto is one of the coolest, if not the coolest character in Marvel Future Fight now, with his transforming third skill, and his effects and his animations are so gorgeous. I wanted to bring it to you guys, and I wanted to show you from all these different angles, all these different game modes, so you can really appreciate just how epic this character is and how strong he is. We're not going to be doing a PvP showcase right now for the character. I'm not sure if he is still bugged in PvP, but at the time when I tested him originally with an obelisk, he was kind of bugged, and it seemed like his passive was not working. So let's cover the build now before we jump into some actual endgame content. So we've got a rank 80 Mephisto. I went ahead and I went all in on his build like I've done for Knull and Sentry before him. So we've got, well, actually Knull is already rank 1,600. But anyways, rank 80 right now for the big Mephisto. So we've got one of his gears at 25, the rest of them at 22. That may make a little bit of a difference with his damage, but I don't think it's going to matter too much, especially because Hellflame, the one that does deal damage, is already maxed out. And then we've got, what is that, 10 Odin's Blessings slapped on him right now, or 11. This is for maximum damage. We are actually missing, believe it or not, even with my crafted cards and everything, we have 14% pierce now. We are missing 5% crit rate, which is crazy because he only gives himself 10% crit rate with his 4th skill, Frenzy buff, Burning Nightmare. It actually might be a little bit more. No, it's still just 10%. So yeah, he only gives himself 10% crit rate. So it actually might be a little bit difficult, even with really good cards, to cap out Mephisto's crit damage and crit rate. But we've got attack speed capped, ignore defense, cooldown. We've basically got crit damage capped. Then we've got a pretty healthy 51% dodge. Not that he really needs it. He's super tanky, insane HP, and very, very high defenses. If you compare his defense to some of these other characters, it is exceptionally high. Like Sentry is supposed to be such a tank, and Mephisto has higher energy defense by almost 2,000, which is kind of scary considering he's a blast type and not a universal. But anywho, we've got stage 12, Power of Angry Hulk. We've got a type 5 blast enhancement. So if we ever get a combat World Boss Legend, he's going to be godly for it. And then we are rocking a CTP, a regular CTP of Judgment. I think this is by far the best CTP for him. If you can't rock a Judgment, I would say Rage is probably the second best option. And then if not a Rage, maybe an Energy or like a double fire damage proc or a fire damage crit damage proc, something like that. But yeah, Judgment is far and away the best for him. And because of that Judgment giving him, what, 29% all attack, he's at 65,000. And the nice thing is, sort of like Sentry, but a little bit better than Sentry, a little bit worse than Knull, his leadership is going to give you the debuff immunity like Sentry, and it's also going to give you 30% fire damage. So it's a nice little combo for it. So now let's dive into some content and see just how insanely powerful he is. So we're going to start it off a little bit slow here. Stage 99, Cull Obsidian. We've got the Ghost Panther lead for the extra fire damage. We're going to pop the 3, then we're going to pop the 5, then we're going to pop the 4, then the 1, then the 2. And he's just to sit in all that fire damage because he has been paralyzed. We are then going to do 1 into 4, or into 5 into 4, then pop the tier 3. We don't stack the all defense down as efficiently as we can, because 1 applies a lower amount than, 4 applies a lower amount than 6 does, but it really doesn't matter because his damage is just so absurdly high anyways, and I just wanted to pop off that tier 3. That's really the only potentially frustrating part about playing as Mephisto. You saw there the targeting on his 5th skill. If you lose the target, like if you press 5 and then the enemy moves away from you, he just sort of stands there channeling the tornado. It can be a little bit frustrating, but he just absolutely shreds this content. You know, this is not really, going to be some sort of challenge for him. With 14% pierce now, these bosses here on the left side just don't pose any sweat whatsoever. So let's go to my highest stage of Thanos. This is stage 89. And now I want to show you who can make Mephisto sweat just a little bit. This is a really fun fight, and I love Mephisto versus Thanos. It just feels so right. Now for this one, you still want to do basically this exact same rotation, and you're only going to be able to apply all defense down for the first half of the fight anyways, so you don't have to worry about it after that, which is kind of why I like it anyways. Oh, I just froze myself there because I'm dumb. Okay, we're gonna pop that, pop that, pop that, pop that. Just so much damage, so much piercing through. Ooh, we basically skip. Oh, we almost skipped. Oh man, we're so close to skipping. Oh, it's painful. So basically, you at 11 bars, at the bottom of 11, you skip. I've actually never done that much damage with Mephisto here on this part of the fight. So it's actually pretty funny. I switched, so I have to cast the demonic form, the goat form again. So keep that in mind. Let me just pop the tier 3 and see how much damage this does. Not much. Oh, that was a little burst there. It was a little bursty. Okay. Bursty spears. True. Look at the damage, though. Crazy high damage, and his movement speed is so nice. We don't even need to switch. But whenever you do switch with Mephisto, you will have to recast his third skill. So keep that in mind. He is definitely a character that requires more thinking than other characters do. We're gonna pop 5, 4, and then 6, and then 1, and then 2. 2 has a very, very long animation, and that's why I leave it for the end of the combo. I think it's one of the best parts of the combo for Mephisto, is that you can sort of sit in this iframe here at the end, and look, we're just sort of forcing Thanos to sit here and accept the damage. And he actually just, yeah, he tanked that too, which is really nice. Boom. So he crushes that. He can almost do the 100-second challenge. If I had gotten a little bit luckier, we had to use strikers there, but almost I don't know what that was. I think it sort of bugs out if you finish the fight with the tier 3 active, or maybe they don't have an end screen animation for the demonic form, so it has to untransform him and then send him to the end screen. That's why there was no one there, and it was this weird camera angle. But yeah, he just does so much damage that he can almost do this in 100 seconds, which is bonkers, because this is almost stage 99 Thanos, which is basically the highest it goes for that. And Thanos is substantially harder than the other bosses, and Mephisto and 14% Pierce just make it look like an absolute joke. So now let's see. The thing with Knull, I'm just going to point this out here. From 15 to 19, you have to use humans, and Mephisto's not a human, obviously. So we're going to have to go down to stage 14, where we can use male types. Let's see how Mephisto does against stage 14 of Knull with basically minimal support. So this is actually the highest stage of Knull that Mephisto can even compete in right now, because, you know, up until 19, and I don't have anything beyond 19 unlocked, he just cannot compete because of the requirements. Now, we got snared a little bit there, but, oh, we actually got our 5th skill interrupted. No worries. Pop that off. I have no doubt that his damage is going to be absolutely awesome. And the thing is, when you use the co-op skill, he does his second skill. Oh, I was actually trying to do this. He does his second skill with the co-op, and that will easily allow you to dodge the first cage, because the second skill is a super long iframe, and it's when you're in that iframe that you have the protection. So you just sit in this iframe. He doesn't really do much to you, and in the meantime, he takes a whole bunch of burn damage there. We're going to dodge some of these. We're going to pop this bad boy, and there you go. Oh, not quite. Okay, hang on. There we go. So yeah, I said there was minimal supports, but actually this is the best team up for Mephisto here. We have Cyclops lead, granting me a total of 65% energy attack, which is really nice. We're going to ignore iframe here with the second skill, so you can actually hit him while he's diving, which is really cool. And then we have... oh my god. No, I didn't get hit by the... We need to just tap him here. Give him a little love tap. Jeez. And then we have Daredevil. So the cool thing is Daredevil has a team up with Cyclops, and Daredevil has a team up with Mephisto, Heart of Darkness, which is also a book. So yeah. Oh, pop the tier 3 when we can. And the nice thing with Mephisto too is you can basically insta-cancel, or almost insta-cancel, the tier 3. So the damage is just rolling. He's always doing damage. And look at that. Knull just sits there through all... So I actually chained the iframe ignore. Oh, he took away my buffs. What a jerk. But anyways, I chained the iframe ignore from his second skill to the co-op skill. And I actually could have chained it again. So you could have Knull just standing there for like 10 seconds flat, just chaining like 2 skill and then co-op and then 2 skill, because they're all 3 of them are iframes. Like, it's the same skill 3 times. It's an iframe and it ignores iframe. So he just stands there kind of looking at you funny. Oh, I need to switch. Whoops. We have the we get to see that hand 5th skill. It looks so gorgeous. Boom. But the damage is crazy, man. And the thing with Judgment is it's so smooth. You don't have to worry about rotations and missing procs and stuff. Judgment is such a good CTP for elemental damage characters. It's just crazy good. Just crazy good. Well worth the investment. It's boom. Just clean him up, man. Stage 14, absolutely crushing it with minimal support there. Completely rocking it. He's so easy to play, so fun to play. His animations are gorgeous, and he just does it's crazy damage. So consistent. Now here, we can actually go up to stage 19 against Mephisto, against himself. I'm not sure if he can do it. I'm actually not sure. I'll be honest with you guys. But I want to try it. So I'm going to try the exact same team here and see if Mephisto can beat Mephisto. So this is so funny. When I was constructing this team, I was actually going to use Mephisto's leadership because it has debuff immunity and fire damage when you get debuffed to cleanse the burn damage. But then I realized Mephisto deals fire damage, so I can use those fire resist strikers. So we brought in Ghost Rider, Molten Man. You'll see the strikers anyways. But they're giving me 80% fire resist and 40% increased fire damage, which is at least equal to like 50-60% attack. And then on top of that, I'm getting the 35 all attack from Cyclops' lead and then the 30% from his passive. So it's a very, very offensively minded pack of buffs on top of actually being super defensive at the same time. Now, increased damage to villains is actually still the best buff, but in terms of, you know, actual damage to villains, but you know, it's not going to give me 80% fire resistance. I actually want to see how much damage I take. We might not be able to kill him in 5 minutes, but at least we're not going to take any damage. One damage, boys. One damage, gang. That's right. I just saw it, and we'll see it again throughout the fight. These fire attacks that he does deal 1 damage to me. I think Mephisto might have, maybe he doesn't have. I was going to say he might have. Oh, those are doing some damage. He might have fire resist. I don't think he has fire immunity on any of his passives though. But this is usually where I rate. Oh no, we didn't. I was gonna say if we clear him here in the first minute, we have a very good chance of. Did we get it? We did. Okay, look at that, 1 damage. Okay, so we're in the next phase now. He's transformed. He's transformed. I've transformed. We both transformed. It's the transforming game. 1 damage, bros. 1 damage. Are you kidding me? This is hilarious. I almost wanted to try to tank. Look at this damage. This 1 damage. So if you have enough damage yourself, you can legitimately use these strikers because he's going to deal 1 damage to you. I actually wonder if that will deal 1 damage to me as well. I don't really want to get caught in it because it's going to waste time, and time is... Right now, time is my enemy because he can't hurt me, right? Mephisto can't hurt me. These shades are Gucci. So he can't hurt me. It's going to be down to whether I can do enough damage in the remaining 3 minutes, right? Yo, that's me. Wait, that's him. But it's also me, dog. I'm so corny. That wasn't doing any damage. 1 damage, Pog. This is hilarious. I didn't think I would be showcasing this fire resist strategy when I was playing as Mephisto, but it actually kind of makes sense. So, and of course, this strategy works best on characters who already have fire damage and can take advantage of the rest of the buffs that Ghost Rider, Sunbird, and Human Torch are providing. Now, obviously, under normal circumstances, you might want to actually use Human Torch and Ghost Rider in some of these world boss fights. And keep in mind, just be warned that if you use these characters as strikers, I'm going to save my tier 3 here, but be careful, if you use these characters as strikers, you cannot use them in World Boss Legend for clears for the rest of the day. Strikers get used up as though they were in the fight. Oh, why was the 5th? Oh, right, that's his 5th skill. That's okay, right. Check it out. We're going to transform. It's him. This is so funny. There's 2 Mephistos on the field of this size. I wonder how much damage this does. Oh, it does a little bit. It does a little bit, but it's not going to one-shot me. Oh my god, he's so much small. I'm so much smaller than him, though. It's like legitimately smaller. That's so funny. The boss when you unlock him versus the boss when you fight him. You know what, though? I will say Mephisto is much bigger than all of the other bosses in every other piece of content. Right? This is the only piece of content where he's... or this is the only transformation. Because his second transformation, he's bigger, right? He's way bigger than Knull. when he's in this goat form. It's only the alt that he's not bigger than, but this one's huge. It's taking up like half the screen. This is like Galactus level size big, right? I'm gonna hold the tier 3 here because we want to pop it off when he, does his little cutscene. We're gonna transform into the cutscene here. Transforming into said cutscene. And then we're off to the races here to bring Doctor Strange to freeze ourselves, of course. We're gonna double back. Okay, I think we have enough time. Yeah, I think we do have enough time. And he's fast too, eh? You can see how fast Mephisto is. He's a zippy boy. He is a oh, we got snared by a tornado, my bad. The damage is a little bit low, to be honest, actually. Oh, I got stunned by myself there. We might run out of time, actually. Getting snared that one time and getting stunned that one time was actually really bad for us. Oh no. I think we have to go for it. Oh, we got it! Yes! So, Mephisto kills Mephisto, stage 19, with the illustrious help of those 4 flamey boys and Ancient One. That is crazy. So we absolutely needed to use Cyclops' leadership there. Mephisto's leadership would not have cut it. And on the flip side, we definitely did not need the defensive properties, the debuff immunity, the debuff cleanse of Mephisto's leadership. Because those strikers are more than good enough, you know, Ancient One included, because that cleansing bubble actually really helps. So, wow, I actually didn't know if I was going to be able to clear that in time. That was sick. That was basically a 5-minute clear. It gets so hard. It's kind of difficult to explain because these 5-minute clears were the type of clears that I was having, you know, 3 or 4 months ago on stage like 1 to 9. You know, I was doing 4-minute and 90-second clears with Ghost Rider and Odin back in January against Knull, where I was just barely finishing with 0% pierce. And even though 14% pierce seems like a lot of pierce, I'm not actually able to go that much higher, in part because of the restrictions, right? The restrictions mean I can't bring along Valkyrie, Mystique. I can't use a lot of these better supports. In some cases you can. So for example, Human Torch can still use Things support for those buffs, but that's a different story altogether. So yeah, it does get a lot harder. And I know it's a lot of pierce, but it really doesn't help as much as it seems like it helps, because 2% pierce makes stage 9 so much easier, but 10% pierce doesn't make stage 19 that easy, because I'm barely able to do it with this completely cracked out build on Mephisto. So yeah, you can really appreciate just how strong he is, and just how it's so much fun to play. You got to try it. So yeah, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of Mephisto with the CTP of Judgment and how much he rocks in endgame content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.